TRN News.
A Nashville teenager is under arrest accused of bringing a loaded gun to school. The gun was detected during a security check at Maplewood High School this morning. The 17-year-old student has been charged with bringing a loaded weapon on school property and unlawful gun possession. There were no injuries. A young girl is out of the hospital after being shot in the head by a stray bullet at Tillman Cove Apartments in Memphis on Sunday. Residents say the complex's gates are often left unlocked, raising concerns about safety. No arrests have been made, and Memphis police say the child's injuries were minor. Parents living there are demanding answers and better communication from management. Despite repeated outreach, Tillman Cove has not issued a statement. I'm Joe Lincoln.
Number one for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
We, as Americans, have the capacity.
Every 4 years, something remarkable happens in America. Something that other countries in the world are in awe of. Something that's occurred uninterrupted for more than 200 years. And every day, something equally remarkable happens. All across America, young men turning 18 show they take their responsibilities seriously and register with Selective Service. No, there may not be any televised debates or inaugural parades, but young men who stand up and register are every bit as important to the fabric of our democracy. By registering, young men acknowledge their availability for their country in a dire national emergency.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not.
If you're a man turning 18, show your true colors. Register with Selective Service at sss.gov or go to the post office. It's quick, it's easy, it's the law.
A Hamilton County father is seeing his charges reduced after pleading guilty in his young daughter's death. Nicholas Merrill has taken a plea deal and agreed to plead guilty to aggravated child neglect. He will no longer face first-degree murder charges. Merrill was accused of leaving his then 11-month-old daughter in a car seat inside a car for 13 hours, causing her death. Members of a Nashville SC fan group are altering their activities in response to the recent immigration crackdown in Davidson County. La Brigada de Oro, the team's first official Latin American support group, canceled their pregame tailgate ahead of Saturday's game against Charlotte FC. Members who went to the game put out banners in the stands saying, "We are not all here," an apparent reference to the detentions carried out by federal agents. Over 100 people have been taken into custody by immigration officials in Nashville since launching an operation with the Tennessee Highway Patrol a little over a week ago. I'm Joe Lincoln, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The city of Cookeville is considering the $3.2 million purchase of approximately 5 acres of property on the city's west side. City Manager James Mills says the property could be used for parking, green space, or commercial retail. The City Council will consider the purchase on Thursday. Tennessee's state veterinarian is urging animal owners to be aware of an invasive parasitic fly. The office says the larva from the New World screwworm feeds on living tissue of warm-blooded animals, causing painful infected wounds. The state vet said Tuesday the pest poses a serious threat to livestock, pests, and in rare cases, humans. More info can be found on the state's website. A DeKalb County crash claimed the life of an Overton County woman Sunday. The Tennessee Highway Patrol identified the deceased as 50-year-old Jimmy Allen of Hillham. The THP said Allen was a passenger in a Ford F-150 that crashed after striking a deer on Highway 70 East near Jack Hudson Road. 2 other passengers suffered injuries during that crash. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Warm and muggy conditions can be expected today with mostly sunny skies and highs climbing to around 80. A few pop-up showers and storms will be possible in the heat of the afternoon. Winds will be out of the south-southwest at around 5 miles per hour. Skies will be mostly cloudy overnight with lows in the mid-60s. South wind around 5 miles per hour. Dry conditions return Thursday with mostly sunny skies expected and highs in the mid to upper 80s. Rain and storm chances return Friday with highs in the mid-80s. Severe weather may be possible late Friday with damaging winds being our greatest concern. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Wake up, Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tuning dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's the place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune in, dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Oh, no. Every morning feels so bright, with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. Today is Wednesday. It's the 14th, 6:07. Good morning, Sheila.
Good morning, Jason. A high today around 78 for us. We're at 61 at the moment. It's going to be partly cloudy.
A few things that you need to know if you haven't gotten signed up yet. Ford Lincoln of Cookeville's got their annual Drive for a Cause charity golf tournament. It's coming up Saturday. They still have some team entries available. It's $400. That gets your breakfast, lunch, drinks, a goodie bag. Entered into an awesome raffle. There's a putting tournament, straightest drive, longest drive contest as well. So fun to be had this weekend. That's going to be played at White Plains Golf Course.
That'd be good. Cookeville Leisure Services is hiring. They need a parks groundkeeper. It is a seasonal position, so you can join their team. Just contact Cookeville Leisure Services if you want to know more or if you want to try out for that job.
Try out for it?
Yeah, it's not like it. Well, you're going to be on Leisure Services team. That's how I made that work.
Let's see how well you can weed eat. It's time for the weed eat challenge.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Apply for it.
Yeah. This is neat. Barry Wilmore. Of course, you know, he was in space forever.
With NASA.
And of course, he's also a graduate of Tennessee Tech.
Yeah.
And a graduate, of University of Tennessee. He's going to be named Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame 2025's Tennessean of the Year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so congratulations.
Which I agree totally with that.
He deserves it.
I was so worried about those two astronauts, but especially Barry.
Well, yeah.
Because I'm like, he's one of us.
So congratulations to Barry Butch Wilmore and being Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame's 2025 Tennessean of the Year. Something we'll never win, Sheila.
No, we're very proud of him, though.
Yeah.
I interviewed him, so I know him.
Yeah. Okay.
I know him.
Right. That's like saying I went through the buffet line of the Kentucky Derby for the Queen of England, so I know her.
But I did talk to Barry and interview Barry.
Wow.
You didn't even talk to the Queen.
What? I wasn't allowed.
What does that say?
Nobody was.
But especially Jason.
Yeah.
Crossville, they've got a new medical clinic. It's a grand opening, ribbon cutting ceremony on the 21st. So congratulations to them. It's on Main Street in Crossville, the Crossville Medical Clinic.
Our buddy Matt Libby is doing a everything you need to know about Medicare talk at the Putnam County Library. Get more information on that. Call 931-881-3969. That's 881-3969 if you have some questions about Medicare. I don't think it costs anything or anything like that.
I'd say not. Just a good public service for him, too.
And so if you are looking for information about that, I know sometimes, healthcare in general can get weird. You don't know exactly what's happening, but Medicare, I think it's got a few more hoops to jump through, maybe. Not 100% sure. I'm not that age yet. We'll get Sheila to explain it to us later.
Another one of those old jokes. A Happy Trails Brewing Company, they have the Dark Waters Project coming up.
We like them.
Yeah, they're really good. And, Happy Trails has live music from time to time. And then on Saturday, they'll do that at 1 and 3. Trailhead Grub, serving up delicious menu items, too. Happy Trails is in Sparta, and it is a fun place.
Yeah.
Really, really cool place, and that's a great duo that sings too. If you haven't seen Dark Waters Project, that'd be a cool one to see.
It's neat. It's not something that you hear every day.
Yeah,
they're really good though. The Livingston Municipal Airport will host a fly-in and cruise-in this Saturday. You can see aircraft and classic cars scheduled to be from 9 in the morning to 3 in the morning. Depending on weather. And so you can go out there and see some hot rods, including the Radical Rockets aircraft. I'm not sure what that is. Our boy Tommy Lee will be performing, and they'll have food and drink out there while supplies last. If you want information on that, you can call 239-6048, 239-6048. Let's see here. And that's all I've got, Sheila, for things you need to know.
All right. That's all I have. Coming up next is Your 2 Cents. It's always brought to you by Freedom Pond, 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta.
Freedom Pond.
Freedom Pond is your guns and ammo store and also the best little pawn shop around.
Oh, I like that, Sheila.
Best little pawn shop around.
I like that.
Cleanest and friendliest.
Yeah.
Check them out first. Your 2 cents today is, what's the worst tasting soda?
Ooh.
I'm going to have to say it's not really soda, but soda-ish. Those energy drinks do not taste good. You just have them strictly for energy.
I don't think we should count those.
No, they're not good for your kidneys. But probably the other Cokes aren't either.
None of it is.
But worst tasting soda. Do you have one that comes to mind?
Well, I don't like anything that's diet. Like I just will not drink a diet drink.
The best tasting diet. Now, I'm used to Diet Coke and all that now because I've kind of had to get used to that because of type 2 diabetes and all that stuff. But the best tasting would be the Diet Dr. Pepper. Like when I was switching over.
As far as diet drinks go?
Yeah, it tasted pretty similar. So.
Never had one.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever had a diet drink is by accident.
And then you thought, what is this?
What is this?
What'd you say?
Like
blah blah.
I had a Coke yesterday, and I know I'm not supposed to be drinking.
I know people get on to me too.
But,
sometimes you just gotta break rules.
I had it, and it was from a Hispanic grocery store.
Yeah,
so
yes, it's different.
Glass bottle made with real sugar, like God intended it to be.
Yeah, but sometimes the Spanish drinks taste funny. I mean, taste different.
Well, yeah, it tastes like it's supposed to.
Well, I mean, seriously, the water and everything tastes different.
Right, but I'm talking about the Coke that they make for.
But they use that for the Coke because when I was on Air France, their Diet Coke was totally different.
Oh, have you been to the World of Coke in Atlanta?
Yes.
There's some nasty Cokes out there.
Yeah, and that's
around the world.
shocking.
But that Hispanic in the glass bottle with the real sugar tastes like it did when we were kids.
Was it from Mexico?
Oh, probably. I don't know.
That's why I was wondering if it kind of tasted different because.
Well, it did taste different. It tasted like good Coke.
But you can find glass bottles around here still, can't you? That's America?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
No.
But.
You have to go to the Hispanic grocery store and get them.
They have some pretty good drinks, though, there.
So I had that yesterday. Delicious. I forgot how good they were.
Like the old
I
days.
don't know why you got to argue me about everything.
You are feeling
You're
pretty.
asking you,
You know, I do this every day.
Did it have Mexican water in it? Did you get the poops? Is that where you were going with that?
No.
Okay. What it sounded like.
You know what? You know I pick on you every day, but this day you've been a little more sensitive. Is it that Mediterranean diet?
It might be.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get your answers coming up. Worst sodas, pops.
We don't say pops.
There a bunch of people have moved down here from up north, so I'm trying to make them feel welcome, Sheila.
Oh, my goodness. Calm down today.
Gosh, man, I can't say anything right for Sheila today.
Oh, my goodness.
I can see now what kind of day it's going to be. It's going to be.
He can dish it out. He can't take it.
Everything's going to be an argument today.
Oh, my goodness.
It's 6:16 now. Your 2 cents is coming up next, brought to you by Freedom Pond. It's Good Morning Cookeville, live here in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pond, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pond Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pond, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate 931 Window 1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:18 now.
Our guest this morning will be Avery Hutchins from WCTE TV. She's going to talk about how these cutbacks are affecting WCTE and how folks can help. Also, Diane Callahan and Michaela Ramsey with Heart of the Cumberland. They're coming up at 7:30.
That'll be big fun. Got your 2 cents now. That's brought to you by Freedom Pond. They're located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, Yurt, and go by and see them for everything you need, from guitars to guns to jewelry to great tools, all good in clean working condition, like you're buying brand new.
Your 2 cents today is, what is the worst tasting soda?
I've never liked Tab.
No, I don't like it either.
I don't like Tab. Now, I tell you something I do like, and if you haven't tried it, they've got it for sure at Food Lines. I just bought it at Food Line, but they also have it at Food City. I'm pretty sure they may have it at Kroger. It's been a while since I've been in there, but it's a drink from Kentucky called L81. It's delicious.
I think it's delicious too.
And so they put out a orange soda version of it.
Is it delicious? Even better?
So good. It moved up to right under peach knee high for me as far as the fruity drinks go.
Not better than peach knee high.
Nothing
but right
will,
there at it.
I don't think anything will ever beat peach knee high because it brings back kid memories.
That's me too.
But
yeah,
it's close as far as the flavored-y kind of soft drinks.
The flavored-y.
Yeah, most of the time I'm either a Coke, Dr. Pepper, or Mountain Dew guy. But every now and then I like a peach knee high when I'm treating myself.
I've never seen you have a Coke. It's always Mountain Dew.
Yeah. If Mountain Dew's available,
that's what he chooses.
I have a hard time not ordering it.
Yeah.
Because it's so good.
Well, I remember riding the back roads, having them peach knee highs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Here's what y'all are saying, what the worst tasting soda is. Michelle said root beer or Dr. Pepper.
I love root beer and Dr. Pepper.
Which is your favorite root beer?
They're all the same to me.
I think Barks has a little bit more fizz.
They're all the same. I haven't had a bad root beer.
We got Diet Coke haters.
Well, because diet drinks suck.
Lynn and Terry say hands down Diet Coke.
Yeah.
It kind of hurts my soul a little.
It's not good. You just tricked yourself. People trick themselves into believing that it's
because
good.
we want that fizz without all the sugar.
Right.
Miranda says Sprite. I don't know many people that don't like a Sprite.
I'll drink a Sprite. It's not my favorite.
It's kind of plain,
unless
though.
I'm sick.
Yeah. That's kind of when I have them.
If I'm sick, my cure-all is Sprite and those little orange peanut butter crackers.
Really?
With Sprite and those, I can cure almost anything.
Rita, Sheila, and some others say Coke. I don't like Coke.
Are they Pepsi girls?
They didn't say. But there's somebody here that don't like Pepsi either.
I like Pepsi in a can better than I like Coke in a can.
Trish said she doesn't like Pepsi.
Yeah. Pepsi can go flat real quick.
Yeah, it's not got as much fizz as some of the others. Greg says all of them. He don't like any taste.
I wish I didn't. I'd give anything to not want a soda.
Yeah, if I haven't had one in a while, because I try to drink more water than anything, but if I hadn't had one, I totally get it.
Oh, it's just they're addictive.
Looks like the most popular unliked root beer. Tiny doesn't like root beer. DLC doesn't like root beer. Tex says any root beer. Tina said anything not Dr. Pepper.
So she's a pure Dr. Pepper person. I know a lot of people like that who will only drink a certain thing. They never vary from it. And a lot of them are Dr. Pepper people.
Okay, Matthew Christ, our friend who works at the Baxter Library.
Yeah.
He said Beverly. He said you can find it at World of Coke in Atlanta.
I've heard of it.
He said it is one of the worst flavors.
That World of Coke will make you appreciate American drinks real quick.
Matthew. He goes, it literally tastes like rot.
There's some that do.
Thanks for painting that picture.
There's some that do. And I mean, when you go to World of Coke, they just have like a wall and you can go get a sample of drinks from all over the world.
Yeah.
And, it's cool.
It's very cool.
It's fun to find out about that stuff.
And that there's secret recipes locked away.
But then you find out how great it is to be an American.
You're like, what are they using in these others?
They're drinking trash everywhere else. Trash. It's awful.
Shanna says Big Red. I haven't had that in so
Ew.
long.
Oh, 100%. That is
Like, it tastes so bad.
That's the nastiest.
Like you want to
stuff.
gag almost.
It's awful.
It's just, and it leaves a bad aftertaste.
Yeah.
And it's got real sugar.
I forgot about Big Red.
There's a couple of people. Oh, Steven said he don't like L8.
In Ohio, they call Big Red Pop.
Red Pop.
And they would ask if, then they like
You want a Red Pop?
You want a Red Pop? I was like, I don't even know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't. But then they finally talked me into it because I said, well, I'd never even had that before.
Oh, you got to try it.
Right. They're like, oh, it's the best thing ever. I thought, well, maybe I have been missing out.
Right.
I've never had it. I don't know.
You tried it, and you're like, I have not been missing a thing.
Grossest thing I've ever had.
There's a couple people that agree with us. Jim and Robin said they do not like Tab either.
Mm-mm.
And then, our buddy Jeff Wick said he don't like L8.
Well,
Jeff,
what the heck, man?
Jeff.
That's good stuff, that L8.
Steven don't like L8. Daniel don't like Big Red either.
Well, I hate that I brought L8 up then. Everybody's going to be argumentative like Sheila today.
It's just having fun, Jason. Normally we have fun with this live 10 up. Happy hump day to you.
Thought we could all try to get along today.
Well, I'm trying. You're being ornery today. Well, what would you say? He said yesterday I was sassy and mean.
Mm-hmm.
I told my husband that. My husband laughed.
Because he agreed.
He didn't say he agreed.
He didn't have to say
He knows
it.
better. It looks like, let's see, Tab is probably the winner because we got more
Tab's gross.
tabs on here. And then somebody don't like 7-Up. I think 7-Up's really good.
It's okay. I don't normally go out and choose RC, and it's okay. But I don't think it's as great. I think it's one of those memory things as well. RC.
Yeah. I do too, because it's kind of tastes a little flat now that I went back and tried it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why did I like this so much?
Exactly. And, did they change? Is something different?
Well, I don't know if it's our taste buds that's changed after we've grown up, but you go back and try some of the stuff, and I'm like, it doesn't taste like I remember.
Yeah. I'm also a little bit of a soft drink snob.
You're a snob in general. You're a hamburger snob. You're a soft drink snob.
I'm just a little bit like, will I drink a big K Cola? Sure, I will. I will. Dr. Thunder tastes like crap.
I'm probably like you. I do get the name brands.
Their Mountain Dew, Mountain Thunder. I don't know whatever.
Mountain Thunder. There's a Mountain Thunder.
Yeah, I forgot.
Are you just making it up?
Yeah.
Oh, Mountain, like Thunder.
Well, yeah. It's like their version of Mountain Dew.
Gotcha.
Not great. Their orange drink, purple drink, and root beer are fine, but that other stuff, the knockoffs,
It's gotta go.
it's not good. Now I don't know about all the generic kinds, but I do know the Kroger kinds
Love you, Kroger.
aren't great.
You're real particular.
Yeah, a little bit of a snob on that deal.
I thought root beer was going to be the most unpopular, but I think it's Tab.
Yeah, Tab's gross.
Tab wins.
Why would anybody even drink it? What's the allure of Tab?
I remember back in the 80s that you'd see commercials all the time on it, and they had good commercials.
And Diet Right. You'd see a bunch of Diet Right,
Diet
too.
Rights. Blah.
Yeah, I never had it.
Even when used to it,
Yeah.
used to the diet drinks, that's still, way down on the list.
Never had a full diet drink. Ever.
Huh.
That sounds, it's just the worst. You can put any diet drink on their little list today.
All right. But yet I'm hard to get along with.
Not hard to get along with, Sheila. You're just being a little too argumentative. Everybody seems to be argumentative
Maybe
today.
if everybody seems to be, maybe it's you that's taking stuff
I don't know why
wrong.
we just can't all get along today.
Maybe it's because how people take things and people are trying to joke with them.
Spoiler alert is coming up next, if that's all right with everybody.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll get through this together, Jason. We're a team.
The latest in the world of music and entertainment. We'll Tell you about that. As long as everyone's in agreement.
Feeling feisty today.
Coming up next here on Good Morning Cookeville, we're live in the Willow Window Studio. Hang with us, guys. We'll be right back.
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln Cookeville. Are you tired of having to wait at a dealership to get your car serviced? Well, then you're going to love Ford Mobile Service from Ford of Cookeville. From oil changes and tire rotations to simple repairs, our certified technicians will do their thing right in your own driveway thanks to our state-of-the-art mobile service van. Let us come to you. Schedule your Ford Mobile Service now at FordLincolnCookeville.com or give us a call at 931-526-3325. Terms and conditions apply. See deal for details.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time.
Businesses like Fog Light Food House, CG's Boutique, The Exceptional Bean, Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, and the Royal House of Cheese.
Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report. The Indiana Pacers are into the Eastern Conference Finals after beating the Cavaliers last night, 114-105. The Cavaliers have the best record in the East coming into the playoffs. For Indiana, it's the second straight trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. They'll play the winner of the Knicks and the Celtics. New York currently leads the series 3-1. The Boston Celtics announced yesterday that Jason Tatum did rupture his Achilles in the loss to the Knicks on Monday and underwent surgery yesterday. The surgery was a success, but there is no timetable for his return. Boston plays New York tonight to keep their season alive. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred announced yesterday that all deceased players on the permanently ineligible list or players with a lifetime ban have been removed from that list. That includes Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson. Rose and Jackson now become eligible for the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Join us this evening for the Region 4 Single A Championship game as the Gordonsville Tigerettes travel to Joe Burns to take on the Red Devils. First pitch is set for 6 o'clock live on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:32 now.
We've got 63 right now. Expect a high close to 80 for us for this afternoon with partly cloudy skies.
Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. Stop by and see them or call them if you're in the market for a new home or maybe you're looking to sell.
Oh, yeah.
Economy seems to be evening out here. Even word on the street that interest rates aren't going to rise.
We all like that.
I mean, they're going to drop. That's word on the street anyway.
But they're at least not going to get any higher.
You know how I am in the finance world, Sheila.
Yeah. You're the know-all
Ear
be-all.
to the ground. Spoiler alert time. Things going on in the world of music and entertainment. Selma Hayek is going to be on Jimmy Fallon tonight. So there's a reason to watch that. And Charlize Theron is going to be on.
Oh, I haven't.
Kimmel.
She's been kind of laying low for a while.
Yeah.
She must have a new movie coming out or something.
Yeah, some sort of something, I imagine. Yeah. Celebrity Wheel of Fortune is on ABC. Jeopardy Masters and Celebrity Jeopardy are also on ABC tonight. CBS has Survivor and The Amazing Race. Fox has America's Most Wanted, John Walsh's Dirty Dozen. TMZ investigates what happened to Justin Bieber. That's on Fox. I don't think I want to know.
That's crazy.
I think I'd rather just be left in the dark about what happened.
I don't think
to
I
Justin
want.
Bieber.
If I'm gonna waste time, it's gonna be more entertaining than that.
All the Chicago shows are on NBC, Med, Fire, and PD. Sullivan's Crossing is on the CW, and Mini Rennie is on the Magnolia channel.
Mini Rennie?
I guess it's mini renovations. Like
Oh!
tiny, if it's on tiny homes or if it's
That explains it.
if it's on Magnolia, it's has something.
It's something to do with Fixer Upper.
On streaming, Netflix season 1, American Manhunt, Osama bin Laden. On Netflix, a limited series, Fred and Rose West, a British horror story.
Oh.
Also on Netflix, the series premiere of Rhythm and Flow Poland, and Snakes and Ladders on Netflix, season 1 of that. A lot of new stuff on Netflix today. None of that's been shown to me as something I might want to watch.
Me either. It's probably not in our wheelhouse of like.
I mean, my Netflix just doesn't. It's got me pigeonholed.
It's got you typecast.
All it shows me is westerns and documentaries.
That's pretty much you.
You might like. Oh yeah, you're right. I would like that.
I don't think I get hardly any of the other recommendations besides documentaries.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Kristen Ritter will reprise her role as Jessica Jones in Daredevil: Born Again season 2, set to premiere on Disney Plus in early 2026. She joins Charlie Cox's Daredevil in a storyline where Matt Murdock leads a resistance against Mayor Wilson Fisk's anti-vigilante regime. Other returning cast members, Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, John Bernthal as Punisher, and Deborah Ann Wall as Karen Page.
There you go. You like those four-letter names because it's easier.
It was funny yesterday at the Habitat
Dream Builders Luncheon in Cookeville.
Casey, she goes, hey, she's going to draw out some names for winners. And she said, I'm not good at pronouncing names. Are you good at pronouncing names?
She picked the worst person.
And of course I said, sure I am.
He didn't say that. He goes, I'm going to butcher it.
Yeah,
and I said, he will.
But then, better me than her. So we get up there and it's the two easiest, John and Bob.
I thought that was great.
The two easiest names in the world. One guy named John, the other guy named Bob. And their last names were easy too.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was like a short last name.
Like
easy to pronounce.
Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Law.
Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah. John Law and Bob Rice.
See, I was paying attention.
Thanks, Sheila.
I wasn't trying to argue.
And I was like, Casey, you could have done that. But she's right. It could have been anything.
It could have been supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
So funny that it was the two easiest possible names in the world. Glenn Powell's comedy Chad Powers about a washed-up football player will debut on Hulu on September 30th. That'll be good. The Mick Jagger produced film about Miles Davis, Miles and Juliet, has been cast. Damson Idris from the Netflix drama Snowfall will portray Miles Davis. He's not the same one that was in the zombie show, is he?
Which one?
That
the actor?
Damson Idris.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I'm thinking of Idris Elba.
That's who I'm thinking about of. I mean, his last name is Idris, not Idris. Robert Benton, who directed the 1979 Best Picture Oscar winner Kramer versus Kramer, as well as such movies as The Late Show and Places in the Heart, passed away. He was 92.
Well, he was talented. I liked some of those movies.
Man, yeah, those are
Kramer versus Kramer and Places in the Heart's actually one of my favorite movies.
Never seen it.
Sally Field is in that. Danny Glover, John Malkovich.
Sounds good.
And it's about a southern lady.
Cassie Ventura testified in Sean Diddy Combs' federal sex trafficking trial on Tuesday, alleging years of abuse during their 11-year relationship. I didn't realize they were a couple for 11 years.
I didn't either.
Lord, Cassie, why didn't you get out?
That's what everybody says.
I
But
know.
you know what?
Yeah, I know it's
Knowing
hard.
what we know now,
Yeah.
he probably threatened her, and she probably worried about her
Probably.
life if she
I
left.
said that and I didn't know the whole situation. I apologize for that. According to Variety, she described enduring physical abuse, daily psychological abuse, including being dragged, kicked, and stomped. She recounted being coerced into multi-day freak-offs. Just bad stuff. She said it became her full-time job. Bad stuff
Feel sorry for her
came out. Of course, they showed that
if that happened.
They showed that video from the hotel that went
See,
viral.
that's why. Yeah, I definitely felt bad for her on that. He was so abusive there.
Something that was weird that when they showed that video, his kids that were in the courtroom got up and left, like they'd never seen it before. Like, how have y'all never seen it? I saw it go by on my timeline a million times.
They may have seen it and just didn't. It would probably hurt really bad to see your dad in that light.
Well, I'm sure it would, but
So-
but to act like you hadn't seen it before, that seemed weird to me.
Is that how they acted? Like I haven't ever seen this?
Well, yeah. I mean, why else would you get up and leave?
Because I wouldn't want to see it again.
Major League Baseball has reinstated Pete Rose.
What?
Yeah, lifting his lifetime ban and making him eligible for the Hall of Fame. Of course, this is after his death.
Yeah.
Wish he would have been able to.
Enjoy
Yeah.
and be proud of.
Commissioner Rob Manfred announced a new policy stating that permanent ineligibility ends upon an individual's death, reasoning that deceased individuals no longer pose a threat to the game's integrity. Pete Rose didn't pose a threat to the game's integrity.
There's a lot of
Could've
people
done
that
this
say
a
that.
long time ago.
Yeah. I'm sure there's people today doing what Pete Rose did, betting on the games and stuff, but not.
Well, I
mean,
don't know. It's just,
You get what I'm saying? Not that I'm making everything okay, but he played very hard.
but I hope that they now put him into the Hall of Fame.
I do too, and I think he'll probably.
If nothing else for his family,
Mm-hmm.
to see that. Eric and Lyle Menendez were resentenced to 50 years to life on yesterday, making them eligible for parole after over 3 decades in prison for the murders of their parents. So family members in court expressed joy at the decision, embracing the new sentence. As the new sentence was read, defense attorney Mark Grigeros highlighted the brothers' rehabilitation efforts over the past 30 years. However, Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hochman opposed the resentencing, asserting the brothers had not fully accepted responsibility. The case now moves to the state parole board for further consideration. So under the old sentencing, there was no chance of them to have parole.
No parole, yeah.
Now there is a chance for them to have parole. So I don't know which
But
side.
still considered guilty.
Right. I don't know what side everybody's on that deal. I don't care. Doesn't matter to
I
me.
didn't think they should be out of jail, but that may not be a common.
Yeah.
But I mean, they killed their
I
parents,
sure did. In cold blood.
and they don't act too sorry about it.
Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, and Dave Matthews with Tim Reynolds will headline the 40th anniversary edition of Farm Aid. It's going to be held in Minneapolis for the first time on September 20th at Huntington Bank Stadium. Tickets go on sale this Friday. Other acts include Margot Price, Billy Strings, who's awesome, Nathaniel Rateliff, and the Night Sweats, Jason Isabel, Trampled by Turtles, Eric Burton of Black Pumas, Jesse Wells, Madeline Edwards, and more.
Gotta tell you, that's one of the best band names. Trampled by Turtles. How cute is that?
It is. I don't think I've ever heard Trampled by Turtles.
They're decent. They're pretty good.
You've heard them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they a country band, a rock band, or a mixture of, or
Like a mixture of,
rap?
no, they're not rap.
Gangster rap?
No.
Trap music?
No, trap music. I don't even know what that is.
Well,
What's trap music?
you said you
Tramp or trap?
like trap.
Because you know I know tramp music. No, I'm kidding. It's like Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town. She's painted up her lips and curled her tinted hair. I'm kidding. Go. Take it away, Jason.
I can tell you
Please stop me.
I can tell you it's probably not trap music, but you can look some of that up if you'd like. You might like it. I don't know. It's 6:45, and coming up, we've got The Real Good. That's on the way. A couple stories that are positive and uplifting. Also, this week we're doing Ask Jason, and I got to tell you, I'm killing it.
You are. I'm wondering how you're going to do today being so mean.
See what I'm up to, 6, 7, 8? Do I have 8 after yesterday?
No, because it's just Wednesday, so you got 6.
6.
There's 3 questions per day, and this is only Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, I thought it was Thursday. I thought it was Thursday all morning. I've been thinking we've got to get to that Sparta Business Expo tonight. That's tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've been preparing for that business expo all morning in my head. It's Wednesday, Sheila.
Yes, I told you that.
6:46 now with Jason and Sheila here on Good Morning Cookeville, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Be right back.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Warm and muggy conditions can be expected today with mostly sunny skies and highs climbing to around 80. A few pop-up showers and storms will be possible in the heat of the afternoon. Winds will be out of the south-southwest at around 5 miles per hour. Skies will be mostly cloudy overnight with lows in the mid-60s. South wind around 5 miles per hour. Dry conditions return Thursday with mostly sunny skies expected and highs in the mid to upper 80s. Rain and storm chances return Friday with highs in the mid-80s. Severe weather may be possible late Friday with damaging winds being our greatest concern. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:48.
Our guest this morning after 7 will be Avery Hutchins from WCTE TV. Also from Heart of the Cumberland, Diane Callahan and Michaela Ramsey will be here at 7:30.
Well, that'll be big fun.
Yeah.
Nothing but ladies.
Yeah, it's nice. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing but ladies.
Every day, me and Sheila, we go through a bunch of news stories, try to find some that are positive and uplifting, and we call it The Real Good. During World War II, 99-year-old Harry Humison, or Humison.
See, with the names.
Old Harry, we'll call him.
But I couldn't do any better on that.
Served in Europe and helped liberate Frankfurt, Germany. He was also on the ground to protect Prague when German forces surrendered. The people of the Czech Republic wanted to celebrate Harry, so they invited him to a festival as an honored guest. His daughter, Linda, launched a GoFundMe campaign to help cover the cost of this once-in-a-lifetime trip. But when the fundraiser fell short, Linda chose to take out a loan using her father's savings to make the trip possible. When citizens of the Czech Republic learned that Harry had spent his own money to visit, they flooded the GoFundMe page with donations. In just hours, the 20,000 goal was surpassed, with hundreds of donors leaving heartfelt notes of appreciation for Harry. In response to the outpouring of support, Linda described the donors as generous, noble, and kind.
Aw.
Way to go, Czech Republic.
Yeah, nice.
That's so cool of you guys. I thought y'all just put out really tall basketball players, but
Well, they do.
you have a heart too. Parents, next story. Parents and teachers will tell you that it's difficult to know the motives, kids, what motivates kids to do well in school. But one bodega owner in Staten Island has unlocked the code for the kids in his neighborhood: free food and prizes.
Oh.
Now, the beans over at Dairy Queen figured that out a long time ago. They used to give you a wooden coin if you had A's and B's, and then you could go get a free ice cream cone.
Yeah. Then it turned into silver coins.
I never got any. I did get one wood one once, but I found it.
Oh, you didn't get it.
I didn't earn it.
Maybe.
I used it.
Of course you used it. I would have
Finders,
to.
keepers, losers, weepers.
Right.
High scores who earn 80 to 90% can choose anything from the store. Grades in the 70 to 80% get $10 worth of an item. And even students with lower scores are rewarded for showing improvement. There's also rewards for Student of the Month and perfect attendance. The top earners with a score of 100% will get $100 and a t-shirt. And since it takes the community, there's usually something in the bag for the family too.
Nice.
That's some good money to be
Yeah, it
had.
is.
I mean, if we're getting paid like that, that's different. I would have paid more attention.
You'd have paid more attention.
I would have if money was involved.
Incentives.
Right.
Not a bad thing.
My parents would try to do that every now and then.
Give you incentives, and then you would try to
Get a good grade on something.
get around it somehow.
No, I'd just go make a good grade on it. I mean, it's not like I was an idiot. I just didn't want to do the work.
I bet you couldn't sit still.
It was terrible.
I bet you were a hyper little thing.
It was awful. Sitting still, listening, reading
You're like,
along.
I want to go do something.
It was not good. To the World War II vet, Harry, his daughter in the Czech Republic. Also to the parents and teachers and the guy who owns the bodega in Staten Island. Y'all are real good.
Well, it's time for Ask Jason.
Let's get busy with it, Sheila.
He's gotten everything right on Monday and Tuesday. 6 total.
Batting 1,000 so far this week.
Can he continue?
I don't know. I'm feeling a little cantankerous and contrarian today, so.
Oh, really? I haven't noticed. Here's your first question, Jason.
Okay.
How you treat me will see if you get a good
good hint or not?
hint or not.
See, I never take that into account, no matter how you're acting.
I'm always sweet to you.
I always try to give you good hints.
I'm sweet, Jason. First question for Ask Jason.
Yeah.
70% of women surveyed. The topic is men on all 3 questions. 70% of women surveyed said if a man doesn't do this on a first date, if he doesn't do this on a first date, there won't be a second.
Pay for everything?
No, that's not it.
Really?
No.
Let's go with be a gentleman.
That's very good. But there's one specific character trait she wants from him.
Be funny.
Yeah. If he doesn't make her laugh, then she
really?
said she will not go out again.
That beats paying for it and being a gentleman?
Well, if you make her laugh, that's charming and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
You know what it is that you're getting stuff right because of my great hints.
I forgot how being charming is
forgot
is a big deal for you ladies.
Yeah,
Prince Charming.
Which you're not being very charming today.
So that's set. So now I'm up to 7, right, for the week?
7.
Okay. All right.
Second question. About men now. That's a topic.
All right.
70% of women surveyed said it's unforgivable for a man to do this on a first date. What is it?
Try to.
No.
Unforgivable?
Unforgivable for a man to do this on a first date.
So it's gotta be real bad.
This happened on a Seinfeld episode.
Burp or fart.
That's not even it.
And
this is 70% of women say it's unforgivable.
Gosh. I have no idea.
Forget her name.
Ooh.
Unforgivable. You can burp.
You can fart.
Try to get her in the sack.
But don't you dare forget her name.
Don't you forget my name.
Something to think about, fellas, if you're going out on any first dates.
Yeah, make sure you know her name.
Yeah, memorize that before you get there.
Date 1.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like if you forget my name after about 3 or 4 dates, then we got problems.
Then it's a problem. You're right. First,
I don't want you to forget my name, but on the first date, unforgivable.
I mean, I think if they get close.
That's almost worse. Like, people have called me Susan before, and I'm just like, that ain't my name.
I know, but if you just met, if it's the first date, then, you can't just immediately.
It depends on the situation, I would think.
It depends on how many first dates you've been going out on, too. I mean, if you've been going out on multiple first dates.
If you've got several women and you don't know her name.
I mean, if you're out there playing.
You can see how it could get confusing.
If you're out there playing the field, don't hate the play, hate the game.
The world's so hard on men.
And then you have some that are maybe sound the same. Like maybe you got a date with Stacy on Friday and Tracy on Saturday.
Oh my goodness!
How are you supposed to keep that straight?
I don't even know.
Think about the plight of men for just a second.
I told you, he's making it all about the men, which is the topic today.
Right.
So 6 right.
7 right.
Oh, 7. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
7.
See,
7. You were trying to give yourself 9.
Well, all right.
7 correct.
Okay.
Missed that one.
All right.
Here's the last question to make up for this.
All right.
28% of guys ruin a first date by not doing this. What is it?
I hate to keep going back to being a gentleman, but I just think that's so lacking.
You're in the right
in today's
area.
World.
What specifically being a gentleman are you thinking of, though? It's a specific thing.
Like just even the easy stuff, like opening a door.
There you go.
Opening a door.
Yeah. We do like that. Let me tell you, that's real nice. And my husband still does that for me.
Right.
And he does that for ladies at like stores and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, thank you.
Who else does that, Sheila? Who's done that for you many times? You getting into the country.
Jason has done that.
That's exactly right, Sheila. So who's a gentleman? Me.
My husband.
And Tim.
Oh, that's right. The cousins.
Right.
It's all in the family.
That DNA.
Yeah.
That good old fashioned.
My brother-in-law's a gentleman
Tennessee.
too. I wrestle.
Well, see, he's original Tennessean too. So.
Yeah. But anyway, you got 8 right.
8 right total for the week. It's just Wednesday.
It's just Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
But
Sheila.
Who gives good hints, Jason?
You know what? You give good hints.
I do.
Although, you know what? I think today I feel like I didn't need as many hints, but also missed one.
And that one, forget her name. I didn't know a good one for that. That's a hard hint.
I think that's asking too much on a first date.
I do too. Remember, I took up for y'all.
Yeah.
A little.
I think
But if you going on a third day, you need to know her name.
Right.
Yeah.
Back in my player days, I dated 3 girls. They all had the same name.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, sometimes you got to make it easy on you. They weren't at the same time. They were in a row.
Sure.
Oh, well, that was the truth. Coming up, we got Avery Hutchins from WCTE. We'll talk to her about things going on at WCTE and federal funding and what that's done to their budget. It ain't great, I can tell you that. Coming up next here on Good Morning Cookeville.
TRN News.
Memphis Mayor Paul Young says he remains confident in the chief of police following the acquittal of 3 cops in the beating death of Tyree Nichols. Young says he still has faith in Chief C.J. Davis. That's after critics questioned a joint statement from Young and Davis after the verdict. The mayor defended it, citing legal sensitivities. A legal complaint filed against a YouTuber who has made content surrounding the disappearance of Sumner County teen Sebastian Rogers has been dismissed. Sebastian's mother and stepfather argue Andra Griffin, known online as Bullhorn Betty, violated a protection order by tagging them in online comments and posts. A grand jury declined to issue an indictment for Griffin, citing a lack of evidence. Griffin says she feels justified in standing up for her right for free speech. Various rumors and theories surrounding the disappearance of Rogers have been making the rounds on social media since he went missing last February. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
If you slowly lost the ability to walk, what would you remember about your final steps? Where you were? Who you were with? Or how you wished you had the strength to take just one more step with someone you cared about? Victims of ALS lose the power to use their legs, eat a solid meal, hold someone close, and simply say, "I love you," before losing the ability to breathe. Most often, they remain aware and alert to the world around them as their bodies gradually shut down and die. You don't need to know someone with the disease to know it must be stopped and that those affected need your support. Join the ALS Association's Walk to Defeat ALS and help us find treatments and a cure for Lou Gehrig's disease. Find a walk near you at walktodefeatals.org.
The family of Tyree Nichols condemning posters calling for vigilante justice. Civil rights attorneys say the family had no role in the flyers that began turning up nearly a week after 3 former Memphis police officers were acquitted in state court for Nichols' death. His relatives say they remain focused on pursuing justice through ongoing federal and civil cases. Meantime, a Nashville teenager accused of bringing a loaded gun to school. The firearm detected during a security check at Maplewood High School yesterday morning. The 17-year-old student is charged with bringing a loaded weapon on school property and unlawful gun possession. No one was hurt. The Tennessee National Guard and various other agencies running a disaster drill in Davidson County this week. It's happening Friday at the Cleesis Ferry boat ramp on the Cumberland River. The drill is part of the 2025 Vigilant Guard operation, with the crews practicing a response to a large-scale earthquake. Residents in and around Nashville will likely see a large military presence that day. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The city of Cookeville is considering the $3.2 million purchase of approximately 5 acres of property on the city's west side. City manager James Mills said the property, which sits across from the Cookeville Depot, could be used for future parking, green space, or commercial retail. The city council will consider the purchase on Thursday. The Overton County Commission has awarded the construction bid for the new health department. The $4.24 million project will be paid for with a combination of state and local grant dollars. County Executive Stephen Barlow says he's hopeful the new facility will be open sometime in 2026. The current health department facility, more than 50 years old. A DeKalb County crash claimed the life of an Overton County woman Sunday. The Tennessee Highway Patrol identified the deceased as 50-year-old Jimmy Allen of Hillham. The THP said Allen was a passenger in a Ford F-150 that crashed after striking a deer on Highway 70 near Jack Hudson Road. 2 other passengers suffered injuries in that crash. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Warm and muggy conditions can be expected today with mostly sunny skies and highs climbing to around 80. A few pop-up showers and storms will be possible in the heat of the afternoon. Winds will be out of the south-southwest at around 5 miles per hour. Skies will be mostly cloudy overnight with lows in the mid-60s. South wind around 5 miles per hour. Dry conditions return Thursday with mostly sunny skies expected and highs in the mid-to-upper 80s. Rain and storm chances return Friday with highs in the mid-80s. Severe weather may be possible late Friday with damaging winds being our greatest concern. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tuning dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune in, dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Every morning feels so bright with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:07.
Avery Hutchins is with us. She is the president of our local WCTE TV, the local PBS station. We're so happy to have you here. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. This is fantastic.
And I love that we had Jordan in a few weeks, maybe it was last week, Jordan from CTE talking about the dance competition.
Let's dance.
Oh, my goodness. We're excited about that. That sounds like it's going to be fun.
It is a new fundraiser that we're going to be putting on after the first of the year. But we're looking for dancers. So, if you're a dancer or you just like the stage, something to consider.
That will be great. So you can enter that. You can just go on, is it WCTE.org?
Yep. And through the end of May, we'll be looking for competitors.
Yeah, so I
Getting
can't
in,
wait to watch
Sheila,
it.
or not?
We'll talk about that off the air.
All right.
What about you?
Yeah.
Well, no, as we talked to Jordan about, and I want to bring it back up again because I feel like I'm being braggadocious. I've already won a dancing
when he was much, much, much younger.
And
But
I
yeah,
don't wanna-
he's wanting me to get in at 54.
Somebody else deserves some glory as well. So
Spotlight.
right.
You're sharing the spotlight.
I
You're
don't
so
need it.
kind.
I'm older now, and it's time for somebody else
Yeah.
to
Step in.
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There's many components to it, and there'll be lots more information about it. As
It's like our local Dancing with the Stars, really.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I think it'll be very successful. But we wanted to talk too about the federal funding for WCTE, how things have changed lately, and how people can get involved. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, thank you, Sheila. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on the national federal side for funding for public media. And that, it impacts WCT greatly because 40% of our funding does come from federal support.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's about $1 million out of our $2.5 million budget. And, we do all we can on a local level to try to raise those private funds to help us run the station, but it's just really hard for us to make up $1 million in that federal support. So I really just, we're trying to just build awareness about what that means for the station and why is it important that WCT is here in the Upper Cumberland. So that's just kind of what
there's so many y'all produce so many great local shows about local people in the community.
Yeah.
That costs money.
Yes.
There's people, you have to pay people to go do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People aren't just out there doing stuff out of the goodness of their own heart. I mean, people got to have jobs.
We do love the work that we do.
But you still have to make money so you can pay your home bills,
That's right.
I mean,
Even the lights and everything, that's part of your budget as well. And then those shows that we love so much, people don't think about the behind the scenes of editing and how long it takes with that. I mean, it's a lot involved.
Yeah, there's a lot there, and that would be a loss. The storytelling, the local. I mean, WCT's been here for 48 years, and we have served this community with public safety messaging, alerts. We work closely with Putnam County. We were here during the tornado. We did live broadcast. During COVID, we did constant updates, and for children that were at home during that period of time, there were resources and tools available.
I forgot about that. Y'all did school.
Yeah, we kind of did school.
You did
Yeah,
school.
I mean, we facilitated it. We gave a platform to those Tennessee teachers that were looking for a way to connect with their students.
Yeah, I thought that was a great idea on y'all's part.
Yeah, well, it was a statewide initiative, and it worked out really well, and we were really proud of that work. And that's the kind of stuff that WCT does for this community. We are the only television station in the Upper Cumberland, and I can't foresee the future, but I don't really see the FCC licensing another broadcast station here.
Absolutely not.
And if it, are we going to get another network here? I mean, do we think,
Probably
some
not.
of the larger people are coming into Cookeville?
No.
Probably not.
The answer to that is no.
Yeah. So, we want to serve the community. The other important thing is PBS Kids. And that's something that we're very, very proud of is it's our children's programming. 50% of our children do not attend any kind of formal pre-K education. And we all know how hard kindergarten is now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you had to
they've stepped up their game in kindergarten.
Yeah, so, it's important for the children in this Upper Cumberland to, if they don't have the access to a pre-K program, that they do have free over-the-air PBS Kids content. And believe it or not, we still live in an area that some people do not receive. They have a fiber connection. They may not have cable for whatever reason.
Well, there's so many, there's a vast majority of folks that live in like the farming areas that are in the Upper Cumberland that still can get WCTE that can't get other things. So
there's a lot of that.
Very important.
And cable is very expensive and, fiber is expensive, or you may not even have a availability to you. But WCT is free over the air. We offer 4 channels, as everybody knows. But the important part is that those children in those rural communities right outside of the Putnam County area have that early learning access.
I think sometimes we just take all that for granted because it's always been there.
Yep, 47.
But how different would our childhoods have been and our kids' childhoods to not have that available to them?
I mean, I can't tell you how many times people have come up to us and told us their story, their PBS story or their WCT story. I remember when, I did the Academic Bowl. I used to attend the Stations of Imagination, and now I'm bringing my grandchildren. So we are the community. WCT is, yes, we're PBS, but it's about being in this community, supporting and serving this community.
And telling the stories of the community.
And telling the stories. And
tell me if I'm wrong on this. It seems to me like the federal government, their problem isn't with PBS. Their problem's with NPR.
Yes, I mean, you can watch the news, but they've kind of put us together.
Yeah, I
in
know
that
they
basket.
have. Yeah.
Because we're public. We're
Right.
both, and we're funded by CPB, which is the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And so the federal budget, they will come into CPB, and then CPB distributes those funds.
Okay.
And then they give the stations their appropriations, and then we choose to be a PBS station member. So there's some misconceptions that the federal government sends money straight to PBS,
Mm-hmm.
and they have their programs, and we just we're just kind of like the pass through here.
Right.
But no, I mean, those dollars come straight to this community,
Mm-hmm.
and we're able to then turn around and run a TV station on $2.5 million.
Right.
Now, it's not all federal funds.
Sure.
We only get, 1 million of that. I guess I'm here. So we just want to let people know that, and the ways that people can help us, because they're probably wondering, well, what can I do? That's a long ways away, but they can reach out to their congressmen, their lawmakers, and just let them know how important WCT is to them, and ask them to say no to cutting that federal funds.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the PBS offers so much to the communities that they're in. And I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I mean, there is so many great things for kids, for the community. I will say this, especially WCTE. It's something that I think we all need to remember here too, is not many communities our size have a PBS station,
right?
Much less one that's ran as professionally and good as WCTE is. I mean,
care about the people in the region and telling their stories, and I think that's great. I think that helps other people to see our way of life.
Yeah.
All over the country.
Well, you bring up a good point, Sheila, is that, I mean, yes, we're bringing stories, national programming to us locally here in the Upper Cumberland. So, there's that, some people may never travel, or they may never go to New York City and see a big play or an opera, but they're able to experience that because of the content. But the same thing goes for, we're putting content out.
Yeah.
So we're letting people outside of our area know about us and who we are, and we're preserving the culture of of the community by sharing all this. We just got back, believe it or not, 40 plus years of archived content. All of our old content has now been digitized.
No way.
Wow.
So, if you've been in the 80s, if you remember some of that, I mean, there's some interesting shows. So
yeah.
we're really hoping to bring back some of those older programs that people can see, but that was through a grant that was provided.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
I bet my dad or even me when I was little, I remember going over, and that's back when Channel 22 was under the stands at Tucker Stadium.
Yes. Yeah.
And the Castles, that's who it was. The Castles ran it, and
Donna Castle.
Yeah, the whole it was a family affair.
Yeah.
And I remember being on different little things from back in the day. I'd love to go back through that and see.
Well, they're now, and it's all available at the Library of Congress. It's all digitized and available.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, can you get on the Library of Congress website and get that? It's okay.
Yeah. But we also have a copy of it all so that we can, reuse it. But that's just one. I mean, again, it's that preserving the stories of
preserving our history
and preserving the history.
Mm-hmm.
That's really great. Well, more about how you can get involved with WCTE and help keep some of that local programming and all the kids shows and all that. They do a great job with events through the year that you can be a part of as a fundraiser, and you just get to have fun doing it too. So more with Avery Hutchins coming up in just a little bit. 7:18. Let's Good Morning Cookeville, live here in the Willow Window Studio.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from Summer Space. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. Summer Space has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate, 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila. It's brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. 7:20 now.
We're talking about WCTE TV, our local PBS station with President Avery Hutchins. We're so happy to have you, and we're talking about some of federal funding and if it's cut, just kind of what WCTE will go through.
Right.
So what are some of the misconceptions of it, and what are the reality of it?
Well, right now, when they passed the continuing resolution the 1st of March, it protected our funding for the next 2 years, which we've always been funded 2 years in advance.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it's been. But they're talking about, the threat is a rescission package from the White House coming down, and that rescission package would pull back that funding. And it could go into effect as early as July 1st, which starts our next fiscal year, FY26. So right now, there's, Congress is preparing their budget. So it's important for people that value WCT and the work that we're doing and want to see it protected, that they do reach out to their congressmen, their lawmakers up in Washington and let them know that they don't want their funding cut for WCTE and that they need to protect that federal funding. Small stations like ours will be impacted greatly by a cut from the federal government just because we can't fundraise like the bigger stations.
Now, I know that I've heard a lot of people say, well, why don't they just sell commercials?
Yes.
Yes. Well, there's a law against that.
Yeah.
And I guess it's the law.
They are public.
Right.
A broadcast
so
system.
FCC, our FCC license is a public license, and we are held to certain requirements that prevent us from selling what we call commercials.
Right.
Now we have underwriters, which are local businesses or individuals that support the work that we do by providing a message that may have their logo on it or their name on it. But if you'll notice, none of those messages have a call to action.
Right.
And so they do keep us within a certain restraints to what we're capable of doing.
Would that, and I'm just spitballing.
Yeah.
Would that be a thing that if they changed that? Would that be something that would? Well,
the loss of funding is not going to change the FCC license.
Well, no, I'm saying that if the FCC were to step in and change that within your license,
change the requirements.
Okay, well, if we're going to take away funding, well, then we better give you a greater opportunity to make that up. So why don't you guys sell commercials now, or be able to do some of the things that 2, 4, 5, and 17 do out of Nashville?
I don't really know how to answer that. I don't know that they would ever.
I'm not even sure there is an answer for that. I don't know that
they could do it, but But here's the thing. We don't really want to be beholding to our sponsors.
Mhm.
You know, we want to provide content that's free and clear of any bias. We
Gotcha.
want to be able to provide content that's for the people
Mhm.
in our community and not dictated by, you know, a sponsor
Sure,
or
yeah.
somebody. And so I think it's really important that we protect that
Okay.
because, you know,
Because you can preserve the history like we
Yeah.
were talking about. And then if somebody said, well, I don't like that you featured that town on your show or that, like, there could be some of that.
there could be, but if you think about just kids programming,
Yes.
a lot of people that have young children rely on our programming because it's not a constant commercial.
Yeah.
You know, we're not selling you any products. We're just saying, here's some great
Here's
trusted
how to count to
education.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, because a lot of families really monitor what their kids see.
Yes.
And they don't want to be influenced by that. And an underwriter is different. Hey, it's brought to you by this insurance company. And it's not like in the middle of the programming, because when you've got that kid's attention, you want to keep that kid's attention.
Well, and we don't want it to be just they need to buy something else,
Right.
or they want to be influenced, or they want to be seen as kind of that, you know, a consumer.
Oh, Yeah. sure.
We are here to serve the
You're
community.
all about the programming.
And we have great programming, but Sheila, we're also doing great work, boots on the ground in the community. I mean, we are part of the Empower Upper Cumberland. We're constantly working with the school systems. We often will give tours to homeschoolers. We're providing resources and tools for Head Start programs. We've talked about the local content, but we also work closely with our county and city mayors and making sure that safety is always a factor. Our tower, we house many emergency antenna. So we partner with like the state troopers, and we partner with AirVac, and we partner. So they have their antenna on our big tower, and just like you all,
Yeah.
so that they can have communication between their emergency people.
Which is a huge deal. If
It's a
they
big
did not
deal.
have that outlet,
it's
would
one of
our
the-
emergency management be as good?
Tallest, best tower in the whole
Yeah.
region. I mean, it's one of the country giants on it because it's the only one tall enough to handle it.
tall.
Yeah.
And you know, there's the backbone and the behind the scenes things that people don't really think about, and it's okay. I don't expect people to really understand. I'm still always learning and understanding more of it too. But there's an infrastructure with WCTE and around the Upper Cumberland, but then there's also that's countrywide. So when you go away from defunding public media, what you're basically doing is breaking down the infrastructure for public safety across this whole country. When you get an alert on your phone, an emergency alert, that goes through the backbone of public media across this country through PBS. So it dings all the towers across this country to make sure that those alerts are getting to people's cell phones.
You explained that so good, and I did not realize that
I know
either.
that either.
And if that breaks down, what are we going to do?
Well, that's the part we don't know. I mean, we want to be here. WCT also, I mean, I'll mention that we have a new 3.0 broadcast, which is the new broadcast standard. And because of that, we are able to offer, we're piloting some new safety measures like assigning avatar. People that are hearing impaired don't often read, which I didn't know that. So when they get alerts, that doesn't mean much to them, or they don't have the emphasis like as if you have assigning avatar. So there's things like that we're testing that's kind of groundbreaking just right here with WCTE.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, WCT is one of the first to make the change over to that 3.0, right?
As far as Tennessee PBS stations,
Okay.
we are the first one to be able to provide this 3.0.
That's amazing
Yeah.
because you've got the Nashville PBS, and you guys were ahead of them on this.
It's a really neat thing, by the way. If you go read about it, it's kind of mind blowing.
Next gen, next gen
Not that you
television.
guys don't work with Nashville too.
Yeah, no, we
Because
do.
Becky Robertson McGurra is there
Yep,
too.
that's right. Yep.
Well, so some fundraisers coming up. I know that Blues and Brews is set in stone now.
October 25th.
Been seeing that, and that's also the Haunted Half, correct?
That's right. Yep.
So those are two big fundraisers.
And the Great TV Auction.
And the Great TV Auction.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a
It's like
date
less than a month away.
Less than a month away.
Oh my goodness, that snuck up on us quick, but that's true. It'll be.
But
Listen, we're at
always the
the
summer.
middle of May.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, how did we get here? What else though? I know you do a lot of little things throughout the community as well. Tell those coming up that you can tell us about.
Yeah, I mean, we're always working. We're thinking about. We just got done with the middle school academic bowl, which was hosted at Tech.
I
and that
always
was
love that
great.
academic bowl and seeing what I can learn from the kids.
Right, yeah.
It's always fun, and
I
they
am not smarter than a middle schooler.
No, they're
right.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And the questions are hard they get asked.
Yeah, they are.
could be wrong here. So, and here I am on the radio saying this, but the 5th grade team at Baxter was in the finals, and it's 5th through 8th grade.
Yeah.
So it was pretty incredible.
Wow.
That
that's
they've got
amazing.
an incredible team. I hope I have the name right.
If WCT does such a great thing in our community, impacts our community every day. It doesn't matter if you're an R or a D or an I. You can absolutely go and see what they've done in our community and why we need to figure out a way to keep.
If you're about community,
keep them
support
funded.
WCTE.
I mean, you can be for defunding all the other stuff they want. That's
Right.
fine. But this is important to our community.
It really
is for sure. Avery, thanks so much for being here this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Who's next, Sheila?
It's Diane Callahan and Michaela Ramsey with Heart of the Cumberland.
All right. All next here on Good Morning Cookeville. Y'all hang out with us. We'll be right back.
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever, never been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now. Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln of Cookeville. For a limited time, Ford has announced employee pricing for everyone. You pay what we pay. Everyone gets employee pricing. There's never, ever, ever, ever been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now. Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLincolnofCookeville.com. See dealer for details. Some exclusions apply.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time.
Businesses like Fog Light Food House, CG's Boutique, The Exceptional Bean, Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, and the Royal House of Cheese.
Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report. The Indiana Pacers are into the Eastern Conference Finals after beating the Cavaliers last night, 114-105. The Cavaliers have the best record in the East coming into the playoffs. For Indiana, it's the second straight trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. They'll play the winner of the Knicks and the Celtics. New York currently leads the series 3-1. The Boston Celtics announced yesterday that Jason Tatum did rupture his Achilles in the loss to the Knicks on Monday and underwent surgery yesterday. The surgery was a success, but there is no timetable for his return. Boston plays New York tonight to keep their season alive. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred announced yesterday that all deceased players on the permanently ineligible list or players with a lifetime ban have been removed from that list. That includes Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson. Rose and Jackson now become eligible for the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Join us this evening for the Region 4 Single-A Championship game as the Gordonsville Tigerettes travel to Joe Burns to take on the Red Devils. First pitch is set for 6 o'clock live on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate.
We love Elevate Real Estate. You know, I passed by there on Low Avenue the other day.
Yeah.
And just a beautiful building, too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't been in there, go and tour their facility,
I missed their pancake breakfast yesterday.
Oh, is that what they had?
Yeah.
Oh, me and you both missed it.
I know.
Well, Michaela Ramsey is with us. She is with Heart of the Cumberland. And your Discovery Group camp is coming up?
Yes, so it's Discovering Hope Camp.
Discovering
Yes.
Camp. I'm sorry. Discovering Hope Camp.
But yes, this is actually going to be our 4th camp this year. But we've changed it. I feel like I change it like every time we do something a little bit different. So generally it's just one day, but we've actually changed it and extended it to 2 days. So it's for kids 2nd through 8th grade who have experienced the death of someone that they love. Now, everything we do is completely free of charge. There's no cost for kids to come.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we really don't want there to be any hindrance or anything for kids to be able to come and just have fun.
Well, let's back up just a little bit for those that may not understand what Heart of the Cumberland is. You do work having like sessions with folks and letting them really get their grief out for anybody that's had someone that's passed in their family or friends.
Yes. So we have all kinds of different groups for people. So Heart of the Cumberland has served people since 2009 by offering small groups where people are able to come in and sit down with a group of other people who have experienced a similar loss. So we always say they come in and they sit down with a group of people who kind of get it. They understand that loss. And so we have all kinds of different losses. We have pregnancy and infant loss groups. We have actually our largest group right now we have a group lost due to suicide.
That's your largest
That
group?
is our largest group, yes.
Unbelievable.
So
It just touches my heart. It just makes me
Oh.
so sad.
Yeah, so
Well,
that
any
one
of it does, but I'm like that. You know that they feel like there's no other way out.
There'd be a group for that, but your largest one, man.
It hurts down to your gut.
I don't like.
Just
Anyway, sorry about that.
Well, the
That hit
people
me
that's
hard.
left behind is really hard. Really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
So they spend 11 weeks going through a curriculum and just being able to talk through that grief with each other and to just be open and transparent. And I've gone to several groups myself and they're all very healing. And it's just something about that peer support.
I was getting ready to ask. I mean, I know there's probably somebody in there leading the group.
Yes.
I bet the other people in there that are gone through the same thing, that it builds such a safety net that they're almost more important than the person leading the group. Not important, but you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Yeah, they definitely
The
form
networking
a connection.
Yeah.
helps
Like
build
we have
relationships and friendships.
Yes, we have a widows group that they do like a luncheon. They've actually done that for years. Every week they actually meet and they'll all go to lunch. So it's definitely a group when you come in that we always say you never want to be a part of, but we're glad that we can offer this and allow people to come in to do this. But they definitely form connections with each other, and the group ends up, even if it's a very large group or even a small group, they end up making those bonds. Yeah.
So are there certified folks in there with them, like therapists and things like that?
So no, everything we do, none of us are counselors. Everything we do is offering that peer support. So we always say we know that we're doing it right, and the same as when we're in the schools with the kids, we know that we are doing it right when we are not doing all of the talking, but the people in the group are talking to each other and they are relating to each other.
Getting that out and having somebody to understand and listen to you is a lot of help.
Oh, absolutely.
So what if people said to you about how much Heart of the Cumberland makes a difference to them?
Well, we have all kinds of letters, and I have had family that's came through the program. I have gone through the program. That's when I fell in love with Heart of the Cumberland. But people just say that it changes their life, that people come in and they feel absolutely hopeless and like they can't move forward. And then they go and sit down with a group of people who've had a very similar loss, and they hear hope, and they are reminded that, okay, this is an incredibly tough time right now, but, we are going to work through it together. And they're just reminded that there is hope. And
There's no real, instruction book. on how to deal with
Any kind of grief.
grief.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's no, okay, well, this happened, so now do this, and then everything will be okay.
And a lot of times just speaking from experiences, people expect you to be over something at a certain amount of time. And there's no set time on it. Grief just comes in waves sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
And that just talking it out and getting that out, I don't know why that helps so much, but it does.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
you get to share the shoulders of other people when you tell other people what's going on with
you don't feel so alone.
Right.
Because you really isolate yourself when you're going through something, and then you feel so alone, and that's where you say it gets clouded. You don't see the hope anymore, and other people give you hope.
And then you go to a group where someone has gone through the group 3 or 4 times, and you see where they're at in the process, and you're like, okay, like maybe I am going to be okay after this. Maybe I can push through this.
Now this camp that's coming up it's camp, so I guess it's for kids.
Yeah, so it's all kids. So it is for 2nd through 8th graders. And all of them have experienced loss due to death, but they all come together and we can take usually around up to 30 kids. And it is a super fun day. We have awesome food. We have games and water games. We always do it in the summer, so it's hot, so in June. But they come together. We have a super fun activity planned this year. We're actually taking the kids to Thrive Family Fun Center.
Oh, Thrive's a blast.
Yeah, so we're doing that at the end of camp on Saturday. And they're going to get to jump and have a lot of fun at Thrive.
And get some of that energy out.
Yes, yes. But the kids, it's also a time for them to come together and to just be reminded that it's okay to laugh even during and through grief.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. Everyone deals with that differently. And I'll try to have a little laugh through things and sometimes it comes off as not at the right time, believe it or not. And
his therapy's always through laughter.
Yeah. And because it feels better than to be there crying. And, of course and I'll just be real honest, I have not experienced a lot of this in my life. Both my parents are still alive. My grandparents lived up until their late 90s, so I had them until I was a full-grown adult. And so I've not experienced a lot of death or grief. I have some, but not a lot. And as far as family members go, but it's what I have gone through has just been, everybody's dealt with it differently. And
and that's okay.
There's not a 100%. This is how it works, because everyone's so unique about not just how they deal with death, but how they deal with anything.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess you're just meeting, especially kids, probably where they're at. Hi, Diane.
Hello.
Diane Callahan with us, as well as Michaela Ramsey.
There's a lot of traffic at 7:30.
There is, isn't there?
Especially when you don't know where you're going.
Yeah. We're glad you're
say
here.
Something
All
about
right.
what you just said. I have heard that the people that are the funniest and make the most jokes have suffered the most pain.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that too.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's how they, people, that's how a lot of people deal with stuff.
That's how I deal with it.
Yeah, well, me too. If I can make light of something, then I try to and move along to the next thing,
Yeah.
But everybody's different. Everybody's got to deal with it their own way.
Yes.
And but talking about these kids, I bet that's a little bit different in how, as a full-grown adult, we can do a lot of mental gymnastics and put ourselves in a spot where we can move along, as you were talking about. But a little kid.
Well, think about it's hard for us sometimes to deal with our feelings and to know really where it's all coming from. And a child hasn't really developed all those tools yet.
Yeah.
Well, I can share when I was 10 years old, that was the first time I'd ever felt grief, and it was my grandfather. He was only 54, and he suddenly died. I'm from Monterey. He was a businessman there and owned businesses. And
that's my age. I still feel fairly young, like I've got a lot of life to live, and I can't imagine at 54.
Oh, yeah. And I was his number one firstborn grandchild. I saw him all the time. On Friday night, he had picked me up to take me to where there was a fire to see whose house was on fire there in Monterey.
Yeah.
But I called him by his first name because I went with him to meet all his business friends and all that. So I called him Lester, and I added Pa. But anyway, he just was talking to somebody up in town, holding on to a parking meter, and just slid down and died at 54. And I remember the grief. It was my first experience, and I've never felt so lonely. It was January the 13th, 1958.
Oh, wow.
And I stood at the picture window, and the snow was coming down in January, and I thought I could not survive. And I was telling God to tell him how much I loved him and all of that. I would refuse the funeral. And my parents let me do that, and someone stayed with me. I didn't think I could bear the funeral. So I do remember, and that
Well, that really stuck with you at 10 years old, though. That made such an impact in your life.
It
And
helps you relate.
Yeah, that's why I think that's where you have a heart for the children.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just when I always try to think, what would this person who's passed want me to be like?
Yeah.
You know, so like when my pa died, you know, he was real close to him, you know, and how would he want me to act at this funeral? How would he want me to act moving forward? You know, so I don't know if that's trying to honor him or to make it easier for me in the grief, because
It's kind of an adult way of thinking, more than a child just hurts, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't know how to deal with it. I mean, we don't know either, but it's even worse for a kid.
Heart of the Cumberland is here in the studio with us. They have got a camp coming up. We'll tell you how you can get involved with that camp, or is something maybe your kids need, or maybe as an adult you need some of these services as well. We'll let you know how you can get involved with that coming up here on Good Morning Cookeville, live from the Willow Window Studio.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-Window-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Warm and muggy conditions can be expected today with mostly sunny skies and highs climbing to around 80. A few pop-up showers and storms will be possible in the heat of the afternoon. Winds will be out of the south-southwest at around 5 miles per hour. Skies will be mostly cloudy overnight with lows in the mid-60s. South wind around 5 miles per hour. Dry conditions return Thursday with mostly sunny skies expected and highs in the mid to upper 80s. Rain and storm chances return Friday with highs in the mid-80s. Severe weather may be possible late Friday with damaging winds being our greatest concern. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila, live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:47.
We're laughing because Jason's herding cats this morning. All of us in a little conversation. He's like, hang on, we got to go back on the air.
Yeah. We're talking because we got to go talk.
Diane Callahan and Michaela Ramsey with Heart of the Cumberland join us. And we were talking about the camp. We'll get into the camp first, and then we'll talk with Diane about something she started. But the Discovering Hope camp.
Yes.
That's coming up. When is that, and how can they get involved?
Okay, so it is it's Friday evening, June 13th from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and then Saturday, June 14th, so the 13th and 14th, from 9 to 3. And if they want to register, it's very simple. All they have to do is go to our website, heartofthecumberland.org, or call us at 931-525-2600.
Now, during this time, with it being for kids, is it a lot of fun activities or grief activities disguised as fun? I mean, how do you, like, what are the activities that you do to keep, one, to keep kids interested?
Yes.
And two, to let them deal with their grief? I know that's probably a weird line to be on.
So all of the activities, especially when we're really diving into their grief, is usually like an art expression type of activity or a game where they're playing something and we explain, hey, this can represent your grief through this way. And it's just an easier transition for the kids to get into playing this game and then also being able to like start talking about their loss and talking
even acting
about
out their feelings and
Yes.
yeah.
Because, you know, it's okay. So a few years ago, we did a sling painting or splatter painting with the kids.
That's fun.
It is so fun. And it was a messy activity, but it was perfect because grief is messy. And so the kids were able to sling this all over this canvas.
I love that analogy.
Yeah. But it was so sweet. We had this little boy who we had explained all of the colors and what they represented, which emotions they represented. And they had this paintbrush that they could dip into the paint and then sling it onto the canvas. Well, he immediately picks up his blue, which represented sadness, and just dumps it all over his canvas, just covering it in blue. And then he kind of made his way through. All the colors mixed together. They didn't look how you would want them to look, but that's also grief. You don't know how to, like, what to expect with grief. But at the end, he finally did go back and made his way back to the yellow, which was happiness or joy, and he put little spots all over it. But one of the kids at the end said that was the most significant part, just to understand that all of the emotions through grief are okay, that it is okay to laugh and to still have fun, even though you don't have your person.
Well, that just made art much more important right there.
Yes, absolutely.
And especially that he could act that out a little bit and understand, oh, I'm letting that out. And I'm sure he felt so much better. Like he was yellow and happy at the end. So he loved getting through that and working through it on that canvas.
Yes.
It's pretty amazing.
And then they got to take it home so that, you know, they could put it up in their room. And then later when they're like,
reminder.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when they think that they just have to be sad because they don't have their person, they can be reminded, oh, all the emotions are okay. It's okay right now.
Well, then there's always something to look back on too. You know, the memories of people. You know, I have memories of people that have passed, and, you know, some of them are great memories, and you can't be sad at those memories because those are good. They're good memory. You can have good memories in grief as well. I think people feel guilty, and maybe even kids feel guiltier about having, you know, a memory that's happy about somebody or something. You know, I mean, I could see that being a problem. I don't know if it is. I'm not a professional by any means, but.
Well, and I would also say that kids are oftentimes fixers, especially boys. So, you know, sometimes if we have a child that's there and they've lost their dad or they've lost a parent, they are trying to now look after the other parent.
You know, at a real young age, boys feel that if they feel like they've got to fill that void, and that is so big for like a 7-year-old or, you know, to feel that like I've got to be the man of the house now.
Right.
And I just thought I couldn't believe that how young some of the kids start thinking that. And that's a big.
It's hard to reverse, you know, over
That's a lot of
2,000
pressure.
years of men having to feel that way.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I know here recently that's not something that's been focused on, but 2,000 years of men, boys feeling that way, it's hard to break away from no matter what.
Yeah.
So I could see that being the thing, you know, that boys would want to do. You know, it's a choice that they're making because they feel like they need to do it. It's probably a hard habit to break.
Pretty much ingrained in them.
Yeah.
You know, from a young age.
What's the cost for that? Is that a free
So
event?
it's completely free of charge. There is absolutely no cost, and we'll provide all of the food and activities and
Wow.
no cost at all.
All right.
Kids to come.
That's even better. Right, Diane?
Right.
Now, what's your new thing that you got started?
Well, one reason there is no cost, I raise money. That was a good lead-in,
Yeah, there you
Michaela.
go.
That was so good.
You raise money so it could be free to the kids that
Yes,
go.
yes, yes. But, God has called us all
Mm-hmm.
to different tasks, and for some reason, I have been called to raise money.
You must
But
be
we have
good
to
at it.
have it. Well, I have to believe in what I'm raising the money for.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you do.
Because anybody that knows me, there is no facade. I'm just transparent in who I am. And I have passion for Heart of the Cumberland. And I would like to spend more time in the groups. I love the kids. When you get my age and you've had a lot of hurt and the Lord's brought you through it, and counseling's brought you through it, and other people that love you have brought you through it. You just want to give and share with them.
Mm-hmm.
And but I've got to go out and raise the money. So all of our services are free, and all the groups we have, community groups. Just have to say this is not a happy thing, but it's a fact. Our group that's growing the most is our suicide. The families that have experienced suicides growing the most. But we have several groups, widows, mothers who have lost children, adult children, small children, all that. But anyway, as far as raising money, my latest thing is I did an e-blast yesterday, thankful to be on here and talk about it, is that we have started what we call a Sustainers Club. And that's just for people who want to give a small amount each month that helps us do what we do. So things are free. And
So that's something you can sign up for, and every month, just take it out of your account.
yes, it's
Okay.
just you can just have it taken
You're not even
out.
thinking about it at
Right.
that point. Okay.
And I don't have my my document here, but what we did, which is very helpful, $25 a month will pay for one of these best group children, their curriculum, snacks, those kind of things. Up to $50, we'll do more to sponsor or to provide for our groups, and then $100 will take care of. We have to pay insurance, we have to pay bills. It's like any business,
Right.
and we depend on donations. So we started that. The campaign's going from yesterday till the end of June, about 6 weeks. And so we have a goal to increase our monthly amount from individuals by $1,000 a month. And then a lot of churches in our community donate. And we want to increase that monthly by $500. It's not a lot. But you have to take time out of the year to take care of those basic needs.
Yeah.
Because the annual banquet, which is October the 28th this year at Central City Church, to get that in, we have our big fundraiser. But we need money all year long.
Right. And now with not knowing exactly what all's happening with economy and all that stuff, it's been a tough start to
Jason,
2025.
I've been raising money a long time. I'm going to tell you something that you might not have known.
Well, there's a lot I don't know, Miss Diane.
There's a lot I don't
if you
know
know
either.
that about me or not,
And
but
I act like I
I'm
know
not
it.
the I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I tell you that right now.
You are sharp. But when times are bad and the economy's not good, it's the best time to raise money because people come back to earth and know what's important. So, hey, we're going to do good.
Well, with that attitude, she's going to raise some money. Oh, like that.
Yeah, that.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah.
I was wrong about that whole deal.
Totally wrong.
I was thinking poor Diane out here in this economy trying to raise money. And she's like, no, it's easy.
It's even easier.
It's even easier.
It's hard to say no to her. I mean, it'd be very hard to say no to
I've
Diane.
been told by several leaders, the male, what you're talking about a while ago, the strong man that says, I can't say no to you.
Yeah.
It's the
that's a God
passion.
thing.
Yeah, it's the passion in your heart. Yeah.
Thank you.
And that's both of you ladies. I noticed that the
Yeah.
passion of when you're describing it and talking about what you do at Heart of the Cumberland.
Where do people go to get information? Like, what's the website people can go to?
We have 2 different websites. I'll talk about Heart of the Cumberland. You know, we're not divided, but offer 2 different programs. Community groups are for all ages, Christ-centered, and then best groups are in the schools, and that is for our students. So she'll tell you about her website. I'm just heartofthecumberland.org is it. And you can go in and you can see what I've just talked about the amount. So go ahead, Michaela, talk about yours.
So Best Groups is our program that is faith neutral in the schools. We serve over 500 students a year, and you can just go to bestgroups.org to find out more about that program.
All right, ladies, thanks so much for being here. Just love y'all so much.
You too.
We appreciate it. Sheila, real quick, who's tomorrow?
It is Daniel McCulley from Amazing Acres. He's going to talk about Strawberry Festival.
All right, it's all coming up tomorrow here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio. Thanks for being here today.
Bye.